everybody. We are back with another episode of Loving and Reality. We are still covering Married at First Sight. I know it's been a while, so we're just going to go over everything between the last episode that we recorded and now.
Yes. We don't remember where we left off, but we'll just be doing a little recap of the past few episodes.
Yes, because decision day is approaching finally. We're finally coming. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It took us a while to get here.
I think we're getting close. I can't tell.
It should be just one more episode before decision day.
That's what they have you thinking, and then there's like 3. With
Wait,
one
have
week
they gone?
left.
Oh, wait, they haven't gone to talk to the families yet, have they? Or did they already do that? I can't remember.
Is that usually a part of it?
Where they go to their childhood homes. Yeah, they did that part.
Oh, yeah, they did that. I think they kind of did it. They truly don't need to do that. It's kind of boring.
Yeah, I think this should be it then. The next episode should be the second to last episode.
Let's keep our fingers crossed that it is.
Yeah. I definitely feel like the little cabin trip was drawn out. It was like 3 episodes of them at the cabins. I'm like, how long were they there?
Probably just one weekend.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, isn't interesting enough for them to be dragging out episodes.
Really not. I feel like the only thing that I can, the thing that I'm thinking about the most, I don't know why, but Clint and Gina just really bother me.
It's mostly Gina. Well, she bothers me.
I
like Clint.
I just don't understand, it's so weird because they friend zone each other but don't want to be friend zoned. That does not make sense to me. She's saying I'm friend zoned, he's friend zoned, but we don't want to be friend zoned. Just unfriend zone.
This is all being driven by Gina. If Gina were on board, then Clint, he is on board. Gina's just driving this whole thing. He tries to act like he's not interested, but he is. And he really is.
I feel like Gina needs to be more honest because when they were on the little camping thing after they did I'm gonna climb the pole, and she talked about how she doesn't feel like a wife. Like Clint doesn't compliment her. He doesn't do certain things. He doesn't try to be flirtatious in that kind of way. Doesn't try to impress her. If you're trying to pursue somebody, she doesn't feel pursued. And I feel like she should have, in all the talks that they've had, she's never expressed this to the experts or to Clint.
But what is she wanting him to do? This man makes her dinner every single night.
I guess she's feeling
he caters to her.
I guess she's feeling like that's a friendship thing. She wants to be.
Is it? I'll make dinner for my friend.
I don't know. It's like she wants to be impressed, and I think she's expecting Clint to change certain things about himself to be impressive. That's where I think it's coming from. He doesn't, he's still himself in every kind of way that there is. He's not, I'm not going to do this anymore, or I'm not going to make jokes or act like this or whatever like that because it might make Gina feel embarrassed or uncomfortable or whatever. I'm still going to be Clint. And I feel like she doesn't feel like he's trying to impress her.
I think Gina just don't like Clint.
I mean, that too.
Wasting time.
Because, when you first meet somebody and you're trying to impress them, you don't show them all of you. You know what I'm saying? You try to hide some parts to be impressive. I might not get as mad as I might get, a couple weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what she was expecting, him to be more accommodating or more, I don't know, to her.
I don't know. I don't understand what she's wanting. I think it doesn't matter what he does. She's going to find fault in it because I just don't think she likes him. He's just not who she wants.
I was going to say,
it's unfortunate because Clint seems like a good guy.
Yeah. I feel like somebody needs to, if that's what she really wants, one of them is going to have to break that. So compliments, they might, they have them holding hands on the couch, whatever, blah. But I feel like more compliments, compliment maybe her outfit, the way she looks. Same thing for her to him. They need to break out of this like, oh, we're cool, into something else. And so that's what, like, I don't know what Dr. Pepper's advice was about watching a movie. I'm like, what movie did she recommend? Like something about a dog? I was like, is this for real?
One was about a dog. One was Driving Miss Daisy, and I was like,
Oh, the Driving Miss Daisy. I was like, what? In what world is this supposed to spark some type of romantic feeling?
I have
Driving
no
Miss
idea.
Daisy?
That didn't make any sense.
Driving Miss Daisy.
It
No.
wasn't great advice. Nope,
It's
wasn't good
time for Dr.
advice.
Pepper to go. Like, gone immediately. I've seen all I needed to see. It's time for you to go.
She be dry.
But yeah, that's what I feel like. They're just so frustrating because it's like they're both like, oh, I want this, I want this. This isn't making sense.
I don't. Gina just, again, I think this is all her.
Uh,
Really.
probably. Probably.
Clint just
And
trying to play it cool. Even when he was sitting and talking with the group after whatever that log thing was, he was like, there is a world where we can work. Whereas Gina's like, no, not feeling it.
yeah, I just wish she would have expressed why she's not feeling it. Like before, she was just saying, I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. But I feel like this time she actually said a reason. And I
Hmm.
feel like it would have been fair. It's not fair to Clint for her to never have said a reason. Like, I'm not feeling it isn't a reason. But at least, like, giving some type of explanation, even if it doesn't, even if you're like, what more do you want me to do? But having the explanation of, I don't feel like a wife because you don't compliment me, you don't try to impress me, and all this other kind of things. Maybe she's saying he doesn't take her out for like fancy dates. I don't know what that means, but I feel like whatever it means, she needs to express it.
Yeah, but they seem like they were doing all that stuff. That's why I just feel like Gina she's
I
just
think they
wasting
were going
her time.
out to like casual dates where like the
Hmm.
rodeo or like the bus thing that they went on with the other couple. Nothing where it's like, oh, this is a nice dinner. The both of us are going to a nice dinner at a nice restaurant. They didn't do that.
Well, like you said, if she wants that, she needs to say that. I don't
Yeah.
see her taking really any initiative in this.
Right. She wants him to read, I guess, just know what to do, like read her mind. Like, oh, you should know how to woo a woman or you should know how to date somebody. I think that's where she's coming from, but you definitely need to express like what you're feeling or what you're wanting because expectations, unspoken expectations, is like a major relationship killer.
Mm. Yeah,
So
gotta use
yeah,
your words.
um, I feel like Chris and Nicole are Chris and Nicole still.
Yep, still annoying.
Chris is kind of confusing me because sometimes he seems like super annoyed with Nicole but doesn't say anything,
Hmm.
and I'm like, well, how long is he gonna keep doing that?
Until he explodes.
Like especially with the like dinosaur costume,
That was so funny to me.
I was like,
He
he was like low key mad about that.
kept saying, "This is her idea. This is her idea."
Just don't wear it. Like you're gonna have to be assertive with your wife. Just if you don't want to wear it, don't wear it.
Well, Nicole also read the room. Clearly, he don't want to wear this costume.
Exactly. Like that's not gonna go well. That's not gonna go far. Especially, I
No,
feel like he's gonna get annoyed with it. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, my husband was like, "I'm not wearing that, and if you want to wear it, fine. But bye. I'm going upstairs to eat breakfast."
I feel like Chris said that without directly saying it. Like he kept asking. He was like, "I don't understand the point. What's the point of this?"
Well, he wasn't being assertive. You got to be assertive. I do not want to wear this, and
Because
I'm
I want
not going to wear this. I will be upstairs. See you later.
that was so weird. I don't think that landed the way Nicole wanted it to land. It
I don't
was
know
very,
what she was expecting it to land. They're gonna laugh.
yeah, they were like, "What?" It was just so
Yeah,
like she came upstairs.
roaring
It's like,
like a child.
it's like, Chris, I don't know. You please take note of this. This is strange.
This is strange.
And then she was
Yeah.
like, "See, this is what marriage looks like. He
No.
didn't really want to do it, But he did it anyway because he loves me.
Mm-mm.
What?
Marriage looks like not forcing your spouse to do ridiculous things just because you
Yes.
want to do it.
Yes.
If you want to do it, then do it. If he wants to join in, then he can join in. But if not, you can't hold it against him. That's not fair.
No. Also, their conversation about this apartment is it was also funny to me because they talked about it in the car on the way there, and then later, when I guess when they were making up the bed, Nicole was like, "Well, can we like finalize what we're doing?" And he was like, I thought we did that."
But they didn't. I was on Nicole's side with this one because I'm like, she keeps trying to get you to say, like, okay, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. This is what we're going to do. We're either going to stay apart, we're going to find an apartment, we're going to, and actually look for an apartment and have it found. She wants it to be solidified. So if we're looking for apartments, she wants the apartment to be found. Like, I want to know what apartment I'm moving into on what day. If we're
But
staying separate, then I want it to
uh-huh.
be finalized that we are staying separate for X amount of months until our leases are up. I think
But the
that's what
thing
she's looking
is,
for.
that is what she's looking for. But then she also added Chris's suggestion, which they did agree upon already. Which,
What?
yes, his suggestion is a little vague and up in the air. But why would you throw that in there as an option if that's not truly what you want, Nicole?
What's the option that he said?
Where it's just like, if we don't find a place, then we'll just live separate or we'll just do it as it comes or something. I don't know.
I think it's
But
because he was saying if we don't find a place, but she was like, are we going to try to find one first? Like, I
But
think
that's
she's,
because she was like, I need us to finalize, even if it's just us looking, and if we don't find anything, whatever. It's essentially what Chris said. And Chris was like, I thought that was the plan.
uh,
Yeah.
I was thinking she was saying like, we have to look, like we have to actually like look for places and then say, okay, we're going to live separate because we can't find a place. I think that's what she's looking for them to start looking or to decide
It
that
must,
we're not going to
yeah.
look.
That is what she wants. That is
Yeah.
not what Chris wants. And Chris has stated that several times, and he's not changing his mind.
So he
She
doesn't want to
wants
look.
to say what she wants, and that's not happening.
So he doesn't want to look for an apartment. He just wants them to live
I
separately.
don't think it's not that he doesn't want to look. He just doesn't want to rush. He's like, if
Uh,
we find something great, if we don't, then we'll just live separate.
See, that would be too vague for me. I would be like, what do you mean if we find something? Are we going to look for something?
Well, then Nicole should not have been on, shouldn't agree to that. Then don't present that as an option.
Yeah, I would have been like, okay, so if we don't find something, we'll live separate. Cool. So when are we going to start looking for something? Because that's
Yeah,
still part of your option. You're saying if we don't find something. So I'm looking for the part where we start looking and then conclude that we didn't find anything. But that's just me because that's to me that's what his suggestion is saying. If we don't find something, so we got to look first.
Chris just is not pressed. Like,
I think it's a big deal because they have 3 dogs, and
oh,
his
that's
apartment
right.
won't let the dogs be have more than 3, and her apartment won't let them have 3.
Yeah,
So that's the issue, which I feel like MAFS set them up. Like, why would you set up 2 dogs, a person with 2 dogs and a person with 1 dog? That's a lot of dogs.
yeah. But I'm kind of with Chris. Like, I don't want to rush to find something because then you may end up with something you don't really like. I mean, if we live
Yeah.
separate, it'll be okay.
I
I
think
mean,
I would, if I was Nicole, I would be kind of annoyed right now because this is something that she presented like week 1 or 2 or like
which
week
is too
two.
early.
I guess it was too early, but now it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Like if they would
Well,
have started then they would have probably found a place by now if they would have
that's
been
the
looking.
thing with this experience. If week one you were like, so where are we gonna live after this? I'd be like, whoa.
I just feel like it's okay to look. I'm not saying we got to sign a lease, but at least we would have some ideas of apartments that will, or houses or townhomes that will allow us to have 3 dogs. So we know what our options are if we decide to stay together.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm just an overly prepared person, but I'm like, okay, we don't know what we're going to do on decision day, but I want to make sure that we have all of our options available. So can we just casually start looking for apartments that will allow 3 dogs?
yeah.
And
It
if
sounds
we,
like that is their plan. They will start looking, but if they do not find anything, they will live separate. Nicole just does not want to live separate
yeah.
because she seems like a codependent, needy person.
All right. Well, they need to figure that out. But I'm on Nicole's side with the apartment because one, I would be annoyed that we didn't do this a long time ago, And then too, I would be annoyed that you're not being direct about what you're saying.
Yeah. Mm.
I think it's just two different ways to interpret what he's saying, and that's why it's really important to just be assertive and straightforward.
I think she's just trying to get him to say what she wants it to
I
hear.
mean, I definitely think she wants them to stay together, but I think if they can't find a place, then she would understand. Like we can't, like we're gonna live on the streets together. But I think she wants them to at least try to find a place first.
She just sounds like she doesn't want to live separately. And Chris
Right.
is okay with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live separately either. And I think she's saying I don't want to live separately, but if I'm not going to do it if we have the option of living together.
Yeah.
And that's what the thing is right now. It's like we still have the option of living together if we could find somewhere to go. Like decision day is in like what, 5 days? And he's like, "Oh, we'll figure it out." Bro, when?
Kind of like Chris. Because I just wouldn't, because I could see Nicole just picking any old thing just so that they could live together.
I mean, I guess, but I would at least want to try. Like, can we find somewhere? Can we try to find somewhere?
Yeah, and it's not that easy. Like, will they both have to break their lease or are their leases up?
No, Chris was definitely saying he would have to break his lease, and he didn't like that
Yeah,
part
see,
either.
that's not cheating.
I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me to, if you have the possibility of staying together after being married, how long are you going to live separate for? That's so weird to me. Yeah, my husband lives on the north side. I live on the west side. Like, why are y'all separate?
I don't know. That probably wouldn't bother me, but I also really, really like my space. So it would not bother me.
I mean, that would bother me because I know I'm not going, depending on how far you are, I'm not going over there every day. So we just won't see each other, bro.
We'll see each other on the weekend while I'm single.
Exactly. Like it's like being in it's being in a relationship. Like this is not a marriage. We're just dating. I'll see you when I see you, when I got time.
And Chris might need a break from Nicole. She's a little annoying. Like her little meltdown at the mini golf. Girl, if you don't calm down.
Oh yeah. That was unnecessary. He was like, this might be the last time we play mini golf.
She makes everything such a big deal. Like,
Yeah.
let me use this as a learning moment or teaching moment.
I'm not going to throw a temper tantrum. Is she an only child?
I don't know. I don't know, but she's starting to like.
She's starting to show her colors now.
She is. She really is.
And Chris is like, oh, Lord, what's going on?
Yeah, like when they got to the house. Although I probably would have been like her when they got to the house.
Because they were last?
Yeah, and they were stuck in traffic, and I don't know if maybe they had been at work that day.
What does that got to do with Chris?
Oh, no, I think she just didn't want to be bothered by anybody.
Oh, I thought she was mad at him. That's what it seemed like. I was
Oh.
like, bro, what does he got to do with the traffic, man?
Oh, I thought she was just annoyed in general. Like, ugh, I'm tired. We've been sitting in the car.
Now we're going to get the worst room. We're going to get the leftover room. Like, oh my God. Is this summer camp? Oh, you know what? I just remembered this. Something about Gina and Clint. I was kind of disappointed when Gina was upset about the girl quitting.
Oh, yeah, see how sweet he was during that?
I felt like he wasn't enough. Like, he didn't give her a hug.
Really?
Like, he didn't give her any type of comfort besides, like, they were sitting so far apart. I feel like that would have been the perfect opportunity for him to get up and give her a hug or some type of, like,
Really? I mean,
physical comfort.
I thought what he did was more than appropriate, and Gina seemed fine with it.
It still gave friendship. That definitely is
I thought
something.
he gave a supportive partner. Like he
My
was
friend would have been the
listening to
same
her.
way. You don't think your friend would have said the same things that he said and acted the same way, like a platonic friend?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would have cared if he didn't get up and hugged me. I mean, he sat there and listened and provided good advice. And
I mean, I feel like he
feelings.
did, but that still was the same thing like a friend would do. Like if I was having that conversation with a male friend that was platonic, that I would expect the same. It looks the same. I just felt like it was a good opportunity to try to like give a hug or like some other type of display of like comfort and affection other than further than friendship.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I thought it was sweet.
I'm not saying what he said was wrong. I feel like what he said was good, but I feel like that's the same thing that anybody's friend the same actions and behaviors that a friend would have done
Mhm.
is giving friend. That's all.
Yeah.
I was like, is he gonna like get up and give her a hug or anything? Like, she crying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I see what you're saying, though.
And then she's like, oh, this is the first time that you see me cry. And he's like, yep. He's always saying, yep.
Well, that's sweet that she felt comfortable enough to let her guard down in front of him
Yeah, that's good. But
and
that's
shed
still
no
like a
tears.
friend.
But is that a bad thing?
I think it's not a bad thing if they had some other something else, but all they've had is friendship. We got to do something to move out of the we're just friends. Like, yeah, you should be friends. And I feel like that's good. Like, that she was able to go to him. She was crying. She was being very vulnerable. He was there to support her. But I feel like it was an opportunity to take it another step further than we're friends.
Yeah. But again, I also feel like a lot of this is driven by Gina. And for a guy to just start reaching out and touching you when a woman hasn't really shown you any type of affection, that could go the wrong way. So I get why he didn't. Because
I
Gina has
guess.
not shown any type of interest in him physically.
Yeah. But you don't have to be, I'm not saying to make a move on her. I'm just saying to give her like a hug.
I mean, but she doesn't do that.
Yeah. And I think that's what the experts were saying too. Like, they need to just maybe grab each other's hand, or, give a hug, or just do something that is not too much, because you can give your friend a hug. I'm
Yeah.
sure you give your friends hugs. Like, it's not like giving a hug or something like that would be over the top. And I think that's what they were saying. They need to get used to trying to just have that physical touch, some type of physical touch. It doesn't have to be sexual.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna have to make the first move in that way. If
Then
they
you're gonna
keep
have to
waiting on each
do
other, it's never gonna happen. And she could be like how a lot of people are, like I am. The guy has to. It's the guy that has to do it. I'm not doing it. I need you
Okay.
to step up as the guy and break down the barrier, because I'm not doing it.
I feel like though when a guy doesn't like know, they like, and maybe he could do this a little bit. They don't go in all the way, even if it's just holding a hand or a touch. It's like they just get in a little closer and then wait for the woman to kind of like show them that, yeah, I'm okay with this.
Yeah, if a guy's ever waiting for me to show that I'm okay with it, will never happen.
It's just as simple as like sitting on the couch and he's getting a little closer to you. If you like scoot away or turn the
Oh
other
yeah,
way, then he's going to be like, oh, well, never mind. But
yeah.
if
I
you
don't think
like
she would
turn
have
it,
did that. You think she would have turned away or been like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
I just, Gina might. I told you I don't think she likes him like that
Mm.
at all. So I don't think in any world, no matter what Clint does, she's going to go for him.
Because I know how I am. Like, I don't. If you're not gonna do it, it's not getting done.
Yeah, I'm the same way with like a kiss or something, but I'm gonna like lean in or touch you or something to let you know I'm okay with it.
Nope. You have to do the first
You're not
thing.
even gonna like put your hand on his leg.
What? If
Like,
he
how's the
hasn't done
guy
any,
supposed to know they can kiss
he
you
hasn't
if
done
you're
anything.
like
He
just sitting
hasn't done
over
anything to me. I'm supposed to put my hand on his, like, he hasn't done anything to me. He's like sitting with all his hands together on his person.
I'm just trying to figure. So you just want a guy to just come in and just kiss you without any type of like we're not touching each other, leaning in or cuddling. You're just boom, kiss.
I mean, if we're like looking at each other in a certain way, I don't know. It's like the K-drama style. Like, no, I'm not making the first move in any way.
I don't know if I would consider it making a move because I'm just thinking back to this weekend I had with what you call it. It's been a long time. He doesn't know how I'm feeling about him, but I'm like letting him know if you want to make a move, I'm okay with it.
I'm not saying nothing. I remember one time this dude literally carried my groceries in my house for me, like up the stairs, because we didn't have an elevator in my apartment. And then he just like when we finished, he just looked at me and I was just like, "Thank you, bye." If you're not gonna say anything, I'm not gonna say anything. That's how I am. Like, you gotta say something like, "Oh, I like you," or "Can I take you out? Can I have your number?" He didn't say any of that. You think I'm about to?
I don't know. Guys, someone was saying the guys go in like 90, but a woman needs to give 10 to like at least let the guy know it's okay.
I mean, once I see him coming in, then yeah, I'll come in too.
Okay.
But you gotta come in first. No.
Oh my goodness.
No. You have to be brave, assertive, confident. I don't know. I'm trying to find the word to describe what I'm
I
thinking.
think Clint he's just treading lightly is all.
Mm. I mean, that could be true with the way that she was in the past and
Mhm.
shot him down.
I mean, they sleep in separate beds. So, I mean, I don't know if I've seen them hug outside of the wedding day. Those first few days after they got married.
Yeah, and they slept in the same bed on the resort on the vacation, whatever that was.
Oh, yeah, they didn't have a choice.
And it didn't seem like it was a problem. I thought it was kind of weird how she got kind of bothered by Clint getting super drunk on his birthday.
On his birthday.
Like, that's kind of expected.
Right. Like, I'd be encouraging it.
Right. Like, you're like, I had to find his pajamas. Like, he didn't know where his pajamas were. That's something that you make fun of your spouse about, not something that you get mad about.
See what I'm talking about? She's just going to find any little thing.
Like, when my husband got drunk on the cruise we went on, I recorded
Oh,
him.
that was funny. That was funny.
I recorded him and I show everybody. I showed my mom. I showed his parents.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he was lit on the cruise.
That's what you do. You make fun of them. You don't get mad.
She just don't like that man.
Yeah.
But you know what? She actually, when she did his hair that one day, I was like, oh, look at Clint.
I did not like that haircut.
Oh,
It
when
made
she
his
put
head
it in
look
a
big.
ponytail?
Oh, I thought you meant, oh, didn't he get a haircut? Or is this the
Oh,
next
that's
episode?
the next episode.
Oh, okay.
Last episode, she slicked it back into a ponytail. I
Oh,
was like,
yeah,
oh.
yeah.
He
Yeah, that
looks
was cool. I
nice.
thought you were talking about the preview of that haircut. I was like, that makes his
Oh,
head look big.
no, I didn't like that. I think he should do the slick back look. And maybe
Yeah.
like shape up his beard a little bit more. Like maybe trim it a little lower. But they frustrate me. Mostly
Yeah.
Gina, clearly.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm starting to lose a little bit of faith in Shaq and Kirsten. Mainly
that
because Shaq is annoying.
gets on my nerves.
He is annoying. Like, what is he? It's like he's wanting a housewife or something. Like someone to just cater to his every need.
Yeah,
To
he wants a
just
mom.
to be there. Like, oh, Shaq says jump and you say how high.
He wants a mama.
But then at the same time, he doesn't want to provide her the same things that she's saying she's wanting. Not that I
Exactly.
agree with what she's saying, but if you're saying you want a spouse that's going to be there, go to all your work events, like, first of all, no. Like, do all this stuff, but then you're not wanting to supply her what she's saying, like, she's expecting of a husband. You want her to compromise on that, but you don't want to compromise on what you're expecting of her as a wife?
Exactly. That bothered me this last episode. He kept like questioning what she was expressing to him, and when the roles were reversed, she just sat there, listened to you, and said, "Okay, I'll do better."
Yeah, I can
So I
see
feel
how
like he
she's
gave
getting
her a hard
frustrated.
time.
Yeah, I can see why she's getting like frustrated, and now she's starting to question things because it's like, one, I understand like they're having a hard time with communication, and that's very discouraging, but that's normal, honestly. Like, I think it was like what, 2018, where communication was like horrible for me and my husband. I was like, oh my God, like, why can't we just talk and understand? Like, why can't we
Mm-hmm.
just be on the same page? Like, I understand the frustration with that. But at the same time, like, with everything else compiled on top of it, like, you're saying I'm not being supportive enough. Like, you're saying I'm not doing this enough. Basically, it kind of reminds me almost of Elijah Wan and Katina, but he's just not being as mean about it by basically saying she's not being a good wife.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
what
but when
else do
she
you
says
want
what
from
she
me?
needs, he's like, "We do that already."
Mm. Like, oh, that's not important to me. And she's like, well, it's important to me.
Right.
So yeah, I liked what Devin said though when Devin Franklin came on. Wait, what's his
Hmm.
name? Devon? Devin?
Oh, Devon.
Oh, when he came on and then Shaq was complaining about the support, saying he doesn't feel supported, and then he's like, "Well, you're not really encouraging support because when she does support you, you shoot it down as if that's not good enough,
Yeah.
and that's not fair.
He kept doing that.
You can't diminish the support that you're getting, saying like, no, that's not what I want. I want you to do this. That's how you can support me." It's like, okay, but you have to appreciate what the person is trying to do.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. Shaq's annoying.
I don't know what Kirsten's gonna do now that she's let her guard down. Now this is all coming out,
It would be a very easy no for me. Very
and
easy.
maybe that's what he was waiting for. Because like maybe he was doing all those things at the beginning, so she would let her guard down. And then now
Hmm.
that she's done that, now he's like, all right, now I can be. I don't have to put in as much effort in that way. Basically, I don't have to be fake, and I can be who I am.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I do know them talking till 3 a.m. That would be a problem. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to bed. We can talk during normal hours.
Yeah, I don't know. And then like I'm so tired of Eris and Jasmine. How is it going to get any better?
They both seem hopeful because he
But
said a few nice
why?
things about her.
I feel like it makes more sense to be realistic, like Clint and Gina. Like they understand that they are in the friend zone. They don't see each other that way, which they kind of do, but they don't. Whatever. I feel like Jasmine and Eris are not being realistic. Like it will get better. In what way? Like what are y'all doing to make it better?
I'm not sure. Jasmine seems like she was pretty checked out, and but Eris keeps saying he's going to keep trying.
But trying
So she
what?
just sticks around as he continues to try. And I
What is
say that loosely.
I'm like, what do you mean try? Like, what are you trying by just being around the person is going to be enough? Like, what is it?
I don't know. Apparently she just needs to continue speaking up and that'll do it. She just needs to yell at him one good time.
Exactly. He wants somebody that's going to be, I don't want to say toxic, but like, argumentative, more confident maybe. I think she might be a little too shy for him, like more
That could be
assertive.
it.
Like
That really could be it.
I feel like there's just nothing. Like I feel like with Eris, it's not just the physical. I don't think he's attracted to her in any way, like
Hmm.
personality, physically, like anything. Like you
Yeah.
can tell there's good qualities in a person. Like yeah, I could tell she's a good person. I could tell she would be a good wife. But there's nothing about her that excites me,
Hmm.
and
I could
that's the
see she's just
problem.
too much of a good girl for him.
Yeah,
I think she doesn't. Jasmine really doesn't have much of an edge.
right. And I'm not saying it's bad that he would want somebody with an edge, because maybe that's just like he wants somebody that he can do this with. He can go, maybe he can
Hmm.
go out to the club with, or he can, do X, Y, and Z with somebody that's gonna be in that same type of like energy or lifestyle or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's just not. That's just not her.
Yeah. They're not compatible.
I don't even see how they were compatible on paper. Like, why did the experts think they should be matched?
Yeah. I don't know. Somebody wasn't honest.
I don't think it was Eris. I think it was Eris.
Mm.
But yeah.
Somebody wasn't honest. Because Jasmine, I mean, she does seem very nice and sweet, but like as far as like being fun,
Mm-mm.
like she's not. She's kind of boring.
She is. And I
Yeah.
think that's the thing. And I think it's because she's lived like being a pageant girl her whole life or whatever. I'm sure she lived a reserved life because you can't get caught up doing some like you shouldn't be doing. It's going to come out, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like you can't have any scandals. You can't. So I'm pretty sure she walked a very straight line to
Mm.
keep her image clean.
Yeah. Like they haven't like gone out and done anything fun. Like
Yeah.
have they gone out?
I mean, I see that in the previews she got to dance
Oh
like
yeah.
a stripper.
I saw. They need to like go out and do some fun stuff.
Yeah, maybe some stuff that he would like.
Yeah.
Because it's not like she can't learn to to do that, or they can't do those things. I think they just need to try it.
Yeah, like I don't even know if we've seen them go to dinner.
Yeah.
Like, what y'all be doing?
Yeah, but just like the day to day, like she's just kind of boring.
And I
There's just
mean, I guess
nothing
day to
there.
day I'm boring too, but I like to have a good time on the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I like to be at my house, but me and my husband will turn up at the house. Like you know,
I mean, I'll turn up there too.
exactly. Like you can't just be like, oh, we're just gonna sit here and be bored and let's just do nothing, or I don't know. Like you gotta have fun sometimes. You gotta find your own fun. And I think he wants somebody that he can have fun with, and she
Hmm.
just doesn't fit that bill.
Yeah. No, I don't see them working. I think, and it's a little sad because I see Jasmine having a little hope right now, and I still think Eric's gonna say no.
Yeah, I think Jasmine needs to be with like someone that's like reserved like her, like one of those guys that are just reserved. Where I probably would think that the guy is probably boring. That's who she
Yeah.
needs to be with.
Probably. Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like they're gonna break up, and I feel like they're both gonna be in serious relationships soon after the show.
I don't know about Eris. You think he'll be in a serious
Yeah,
relationship?
I think Eris wants to be in a serious relationship. I just think Jasmine is just not it.
Yeah.
And then showing who he is, his personality and stuff like that, I think there's gonna be girls out there that know they fit that bill, and they're gonna try.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I definitely think there'll be guys that would like the type of girl that Jasmine is. Like, there's guys out there that like good girls that ain't
Hmm.
never done nothing, that are like super sweet and innocent. There's a lot of guys that like girls like that. He's just not one of them.
Yeah, because she's a cute girl and she has a nice body. So I don't really know what Eris is. Oh, he said physically he likes thicker women, I guess.
Yeah,
Hmm.
big booty Judy.
I was about to say, Jab, she looks real fit.
I think his type probably would be more like Kristen than Jasmine.
Oh.
That's what I just assume when he says that
Yeah.
bigger, thicker girls. I think because Kristen is still like in shape. She has a nice body, but she's just a little bit thicker.
Yeah. Oh, wait. When they were showing Kristen playing around at the gym last week, I started laughing. That was so funny when Shaq's mom called her. I was like, Kristen, you ain't doing anything.
Exactly. She was not doing nothing. No, looking like me in the gym.
No, you work out in the gym.
I was just reminded of when I was on the cruise. I was just there because y'all were there. I was like, I
Oh,
don't want to
yeah.
be in here.
You did not want to be there. Yes, we
I
could
was like,
tell.
oh my God, when are we going to leave the gym? And then I just started following my Tori around.
Oh, my goodness. That's too funny. We need to go on another cruise.
Yeah, that was fun. Woo, cruise.
Cruises.
We should just go to a resort. It's way better, I think.
We could do that too. Resorts.
Yeah. It's just,
We
and
just need
most
to
of the
go on
time, the resorts, the
vacation.
alcohol is included.
Yeah.
Like, all you can eat, all you can drink. Yeah. Yeah.
So much fun. I'll just be a third wheel.
No, you're part of the family.
I'll hang out with Lauren.
Oh, Lauren's not coming.
Oh.
But yeah, that's it. That's all I have. Let's see what happens. Should we do it? You know what? I want to do my decision day predictions. I think Nicole and Chris are going to say yes. I don't think they're going to stay married.
Oh, you don't think they'll stay married?
Mm-mm.
I don't think they'll stay married for long.
That's what I mean. Like, I feel like they'll probably stay married for like a year, maybe a little bit over a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I thought Mindy and Miguel were going to stay married and they didn't. So now I'm like, no.
Ooh, I didn't see that lasting.
Really?
Yeah, no.
I
Not with the
thought
way
they
they would
would.
argue and stuff.
I thought they would stay married.
Mm-mm, not when Miguel showed himself that one episode. I was like, oh no, this isn't gonna work.
When she was ignoring his poem, that was messed up. I would have been mad too. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it was the way he reacted before that. When she was just like, "Can you take a picture of me?" And
Oh
he got all
yeah.
mad
Oh
and
yeah,
pissed.
true.
I said, that night was supposed to be about her because she had never had a prom before, and he
True.
made it all about him.
True.
Yeah, I think they'll go 1 for 5. I don't know if we're still
Yeah.
doing Dom and McKinley.
And we already know how Gina and Clinton because they freaking showed us him kissing Dom.
I wonder when that's gonna be.
Probably after the decision day when they say no and then they all meet up again.
Oh, at the end, at the very end.
Yeah. I was like, why would they show that? That's
It's because they knew that this cast was boring and they needed to show us something to keep us watching.
But they showed it like once or twice and then it just like went away. Like, oh, what preview? What are you talking about?
Oh my goodness. Y'all don't go back to Nashville anymore. There
Yeah.
had to have been other people they could have found.
I don't know, like what city should they do next? Have they done Miami before?
They haven't. You know, a lot of these dating shows, why don't they go to Miami?
Because it's a hot mess.
Ready
That
to
would
Love
be full of drama. That's what
Ready
I'm
to Love has
wondering.
been in Miami twice.
Was it a lot of drama?
I mean, it was no different from the other
Oh,
ones.
I just have a feeling like Miami would be like super dramatic. Why did they go to Tampa?
Oh, I don't know.
That's another city they should do. Orlando.
Oh, they're not going to go to Orlando.
Why
Not
not?
going to Orlando?
What's wrong
Like
with that?
that's not like a sexy city. I don't think they're going to go to Orlando.
A sexy city.
Like, are there a bunch of single people? I'm sure there's a bunch of single people running around everywhere. But
I mean,
Orlando,
there's
I
two
wouldn't
sides
say.
of Orlando. People automatically think Orlando and Disney, but there's a whole other side to Orlando.
I don't see that happening.
Seattle's not a sexy city.
It's really not, and they should not have gone there. Those people were weird.
Or like LA. Have they done LA?
They haven't.
Yeah, we got other cities to explore.